Alboreto goes through to take Ayrton Senna. Now we can expect to see him pull away. It's going to be the familiar story too of it's one thing catching up, it's another getting past, and once you have, you can whistle away. Look at the crowd, they love this.
Berger has dropped right back from Ayrton Senna. Alboreto just disposing of the lap. Nakajima, and that in front of the crowd, that's Alan Prost, is it, going slowly?
Yes, it is Alain Prost stopping on this, the 15th lap.
And will leave Alboreto just under 10 seconds behind him. Senna in third place, dropping back a little bit from Alboreto, and Patrese now moving up to take up the cudgel to try to see if he can catch Ayrton Senna. There is Mansell, and he's not very far away at all from the leader. So Nigel Mansell stopped past Stefan Johansson.
Nigel Mansell is now 5.65 seconds behind Senna. Into the pit comes Stefan Johansson now, lap 24. Stefan Johansson in to change his tyres. He was in fourth position at the time. So, fifth position, my apologies. So now it's still Michele Alboreto leading within his wheel tracks. The yellow Lotus Honda with the active suspension of Ayrton Senna. Nigel Mansell's fastest lap there of 1 minute 30 compares with the lap record of Nelson Piquet last year, 1 minute 28.6.
Yes, and that's a good bit quicker than anybody else has gone, and that shows what a nice fresh set of tyres can do for you. They're at their best when they're new, and then the performance slowly but steadily deteriorates. And Senna starting to press Alboreto for the lead, but it is a little bit academic at the moment, because certainly we're expecting Alboreto to come in for tyres pretty soon, and I would think Senna declared before the race that he wanted to make a late tyre stop, but of course he'll be able to, and there in goes Alboreto. So Senna left clear in the lead, but Nigel Mansell is coming up fast.
Now here's the previous race leader, Michele Alboreto. Let's see how his hard stop time compares with 8.64 seconds, which was Nigel Mansell's. It's slower already, and he's lost 2 seconds. Senna is now 4.4 seconds ahead as he comes into the pits, and Nigel Mansell retakes the lead. The fastest time we've had for a pit stop, Nigel Mansell, 8.64 seconds. The Lotus team are usually extremely good, and look at that!
Alboreto is now having a look. We're back to where we were quite early in this race, before pit stops. Alboreto trying to find a way down Ayrton Senna, battling for third place, but this could well become second place when Patrese goes for tyres.
Which he's not only not showing the slightest sign of doing, but the Brabham team aren't showing the slightest sign of getting ready to get him in, because I just looked out of the window.
Well, it could be that they've out-fumbled everybody and are being very clever and trying to go the whole race on one set, and that from a tyre wear problem should be possible. And if they do that, if they can manage that, then Patrese looks set to possibly hang on to that second place. He'll probably struggle if he does go to in the closing laps with grip, as the tyres get a bit too tired. But it'll be interesting to see if that is what, in fact, the Brabham team are up to.
And I can only say in rather... There he comes into the pit, just to prove us wrong. And he will now lose not only second place, but third place. Indeed, Senna goes past, and so does the Ferrari. And that, I didn't time for Tracy's stop, but that looked like an incredibly quick one to me. But meantime, Patrese is in fourth position as he leaves the pit. And now, on lap 38 out of 59, Nigel Mansell leads by 16 seconds. Ayrton Senna second, Alboreto third. There he is, right behind the Lotus. Patrese still in fourth position, ahead of Johansson by 5 seconds. Meantime, Jonathan Palmer is still leading the 3.5 litre race.
And there goes the battle, the fourth and fifth right behind, and Johansson trying to get down the inside, but Patrese's been shutting the door pretty effectively there for a couple of laps now.
Senna second, Alboreto third. Patrese in fourth place, Johansson in fifth place, and very little between. There's Patrese really driving a magnificent race. And the John Baldwin, David North, Sergio Ridley, and up into second place goes Michele Alboreto by magnificently out-fumbling Senna, and Senna put off his line, allows Patrese to close right up behind him, and the crowd roars. Look at this replay.
Yes, and he caught Senna napping there. That's a lot like Ayrton Senna, and very good piece of driving indeed by Michele Alboreto.
Both the Benetton are in the top 6 point-scoring places, which will be helpful to them in the Constructors' Championship. Derek Warwick in the Arrows Megatron is in 7th place. 8th, Johansson in the McLaren Tag. 9th, Cheever. Both Arrows in the top 9 places. 10th, Brundle in the Zaxpeed. 11th, Caffey. Still going in the Osella, which is not something that I expected at this stage of the race. 12th is Dana, 13th is Nakajima, 14th, 2 laps down. Jonathan Palmer leading the 3.5 litre race. His teammate Streff is 15th, Alio is 16th, Marbre in the AGS 5 laps down is 17th. And the fastest man on the course now is Teo Fabi, who has just gone round in 1 minute 29.8.
And Senna has managed to get back past Alboreto, so this race-long duel continues. He got close enough behind him as they got onto the straight to take the slingshot, and Riccardo Patrese is no longer getting away from them.
Here is Ayrton Senna coming home in second place to score his first World Championship points of 1987. Goes across the line very slowly. He is running out of fuel. Senna's just made it though. The Ferrari finishes in third place.